That's the Do Go On thing.
That's the Do Go On intro.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to the Trash Fire Podcast. Here we, on the fringe of the internet, gather around to warm ourselves by the spiciest memes we can find. This week I'm joined by my special guest, Colt.
Thank you. I think your intro changes every week.
Well,
but the guest doesn't. The guest never changes.
The podcast where the intro changes every week, but the guest stays the same.
Right.
So, you remember the, what was it, Britannica Analytica?
Yes.
The Facebook leaks?
Uh-huh.
You remember that?
I do.
So, someone brought it to a great man's attention that his company had a Facebook account. This man was Elon Musk. So, 2 days ago, Elon Musk deleted his Facebook account.
Nice.
For SpaceX and his other company, whatever that is, like
Tesla?
I think maybe Tesla.
The Boring Company?
So, on a Twitter dare, someone messaged him on Twitter and dared him to delete his Facebook, and like within the day, he did it.
Great.
So, speaking of Elon Musk, if you had to give an estimate, how long do you think until we are totally electric? We run out of fossil fuels and we're 100% electric cars.
In America, 100 years.
100 years.
In
Europe
20.
You think so? I think it's going to be in that ballpark. It's going to be 15, 20 years till a lot of major European cities.
We still use the metric system. Or we don't use the metric system.
Yeah, there you go. We use this, what is it, the imperial system?
Yeah.
The Americans use the imperial system.
So instead of working in 10s, we work in 12s and random numbers here and there.
60s.
Yeah, yards. We use yards, which is a great measurement system.
It's basically a meter, just...
It's just a meter, but not...
Well, and even when we use meters, we don't add the E at the end, where the English, they add the little E. They add the U in color. They have...
We're so far behind.
Should we just be...
On so many things. We're ahead on a lot of things, too, but we're so far behind on some things
if we use the metric system... I mean, if anyone goes into the science, like a science field, you're going to be using the metric system.
Yes.
And then because we're Americans, we're the ones that have to learn the conversion...
Yeah.
Between...
You're just making it difficult.
It's just more work.
Yes. Wow, that was a hot take. Destroy the... what is it called? I don't even know.
Imperial system? I think that's what it's called.
Down with imperialism.
Yeah.
I think it's like America and 2 other countries.
What country? Like
I think there's like one country in Africa, I think.
Or does Mexico use the metric system?
Yes, I think they use the metric
system. In Canada?
Fairly certain they use the metric system.
French and they have 2 for...
What?
They have French and English as their native languages.
Oh, cool.
So, you didn't know that?
I don't know very much about Canada.
All right.
We'll have to bring in our resident Canada expert at some point.
Yeah, we'll make a call into our native expert.
Yeah.
Nick's story is kind of sad.
Great.
So, we'll just start. On April 23rd, 2018, a 25-year-old Toronto native by the name of Alex Minasin drove his rental van into a crowd of pedestrians, killing 10 and injuring 16. You remember that it was a van attack? I think it was on the news.
That was a couple... When did you say that?
That was in April.
Yes, I remember it. Yeah.
So the investigators were like, why did he do this? They're searching for a motive, and they saw this Facebook post that read, "The Insel Rebellion has already begun. We will overthrow all the Chads and Stacys. All hail the supreme gentleman Elliot Rodger."
That doesn't mean anything to me.
It didn't mean anything to me until I looked into it a little bit deeper, and it's the incel is short for involuntary celibate.
Oh no.
This is a
I know what this is.
It's forums where it's a bunch of white guys in their 20s, and they feel like they have been genetically cursed to never enjoy like a relationship with a girl and never enjoy like sexual interactions.
Yes.
They feel like life has dealt them a dirty hand, and so they get on these forum posts and they just rant to one another.
Is this the group that thinks women are evil because they won't have sex with them?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there's like really like terrifyingly misogynistic was what the articles I read. That's the way they describe these forums. And so this is a culture that some are fearing is coming out of like this kind of nerd like gaming culture. It's these guys in 20 to 30s, not to say if you play violent video games, no, not to say that at all. But it's these people, they never leave their house. They can Amazon order their food.
I guess,
It's these 20 to 30-year-old dudes, single white dudes. And they're the ones that are getting into this stuff.
That is quite possibly maybe like second to the KKK. The lamest group of people you can belong to. It is the lamest.
Incels?
It is the lamest thing.
And, well, I mean, I'm sure they would admit it. It's like, no, this is stupid, but...
Would they admit it?
I mean, they're like, well, yeah, this sucks, but this is what we've been dealt in life, so we're gonna fight back.
Oh, gosh.
Fight back again, back to his quote on the Facebook. The Chads and Stacys of the world.
What does that mean?
We will overthrow... You know, so that's like a Chad. That's like a bro. That's like...
Oh. That's my dad's name.
Really? Oh, gosh. I have friends, and they're like, well, have you ever met someone named Chad who isn't a complete dirtbag? And I forgot about your dad.
Yeah, my dad's pretty cool.
I was like, I mean, most guys that
here's the workaround. His real name's Jeffrey. His middle name's Chad.
There you go.
So, I've never met someone with the first name.
But are you arguing for these people now?
Yeah, I'm with them.
I'm an
incel now. Yeah.
Okay.
I have never met a Stacy.
That's been
good or bad.
Okay,
I've never met a Stacy.
My older brother had quite a few Stacys in his life, and they were not good for him.
Okay.
So I can get behind that. You know, Stacy's mom
she's got it going on.
But yeah, so it's like an internet meme culture, but it's like dangerous, and they're like murdering people. This is like the Ugandan meme gone too far. This is
good.
It's really scary. So yeah, I guess as we go more into this like digital age of, well, you don't ever have to leave your house. Well, if you don't, then you're probably not going to meet someone. And if you like, you only meet other people at like conventions or.
If there was no violence associated with this group, I would happily watch it from the outside and laugh.
And laugh.
And laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. Not because I think I'm particularly attractive.
Right.
And I'm not.
But to be angry about it. But
just to be...
to that degree is ridiculous.
People that are... Oh, people like that. It'd be funny to watch.
Yeah, it'd be funny to watch, but then when it's loneliness to the point of murder...
Yes.
And they're so attention hungry.
Okay, so it's not. I'm not saying that to make light of people that are lonely. I'm saying that because you have created this issue for yourself,
right?
And now you're wallowing in it, and you want people to join in and feel pity for you for something that you've done to yourself.
Well, I mean, they feel like, like people who have a genetic disposition to like have acne in their 30s, or genetic disposition to just be overweight. It's really hard for them to lose that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think that's like, if they're like that, then it's like, well, I don't control my genetics. Like, that's not something I can do.
There's
anything about.
Yeah, there's someone out there for you. Like, no matter how much
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
There's a lot of people on the planet.
There's a lot of people, but I don't think it's right, because I think what's happened was people told them that their whole life. There's someone out there for you. And then after years and years,
And
there's no one out there for them.
In their 20s?
Yeah.
You got a ways to go, boy.
Okay, maybe a ways to go.
You got a ways to go.
I think it's this culture of entitlement that's doing this. They're oh, you deserve to be happy. No, you don't. There's no promise of
that you're gonna get married. Sure. Yeah,
like,
that's just okay. Maybe they won't meet someone, but
I mean that's kind of depressing. But I think that's life. I think we're feeding this generation. Our generation has been fed this idea of you deserve to be happy. And I think that's what's unhealthy. That's what's leading to this. Is if you have this idea that I have this thing and it belongs to me and I deserve it, and you don't get it, then you feel wronged.
Sure, you deserve the chance to be happy, I would say. You deserve the chance to make something of yourself.
Right.
But you're not going to just get it handed to you.
Right.
Are you railing against the getting it handed to you?
Yeah.
Or
I'm just like the thought behind it's guaranteed everyone deserves this. Not everyone deserves it. I mean, in an ideal world, sure, everyone would get a wholesome relationship and have all that stuff. But like that's not the way the world is now. I think they're feeding them an idealistic view of the world. Which not to say we should all be nihilists, but
I'm not.
I would I've definitely thought about it.
I think the world's pretty good. Yeah, there's problems with it, but I think the world's better than it's ever been.
Right.
I hate the people that are like, man, I wish we were back in the 20s.
Okay.
It's like, no, you don't. First of all,
I wish we were. I was born of the wrong those people.
Oh, I
the
hate
cancer
that.
of the internet.
Are the people that
I was born in the wrong generation.
Whew.
I should have been a baby boomer.
The people that just love old music and they hate everything that's new. And ancient movies are better. Black and white. Go back to black and white. Take away the sound.
Hey, if they enjoy it, sure, but yeah,
you can like it. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. But don't poop on the new stuff.
Big band music, it's pretty good. The Roaring Twenties, that music's pretty good. Is everything now bad? No. It's like, but I think they just listen to Justin Bieber on the radio and they're like, new music sucks. It's like, no. Go away from the radio. They play trash on the radio. That's not where you find good music. I'm sorry. Okay, so if that wasn't enough, more scary stuff.
Good.
Amazon is now supporting facial recognition software use by law enforcement in the U.S. So does that spark fear in you, or is that like, whatever? Initially.
What did you mean Amazon supporting it? They don't have anything.
Amazon software. They're developing the software to put into body cams so that if police are walking down the street and there's a convicted or someone with like warrants out for their arrest, that it'll notify them.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that.
Yeah. There's the ACLU came out and they're railing against them and they're saying
Who's the ACLU?
That's the what is it? American Center for Law, for Liberty and what is it? Yeah, it's those.
They're angry all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
That's their default state is being angry about stuff. That is
true, but it's so Amazon is developing this software, and so a lot of people are like, this is like a Big Brother society that we're going towards, with. And they're saying the body cam was not meant for this. It was meant so that police will be held accountable, not so that they can use cameras to identify criminals.
Yeah, not a huge fan of that.
No, you don't think so. So that's still being like kind of sorted out. But a lot of people they're like, and Amazon is defending. They're like, this is for the betterment. Like your face won't be on there unless you're in the criminal system.
Well, if that was true, great.
Yeah. But and that's Amazon, their argument was, let's not be held back for what the software could be used for. Let's
let's please be held back for what the software can be used for.
Which is very, very idealistic to say.
If something can go wrong with technology, it will go wrong.
Yeah.
That's why we're not cloning humans right now, because it would go wrong. we have the technology for it, but we're not doing it.
There's ethical issues.
There's ethical issues with this.
A moral objection to it. Yeah, and I would agree. I think that's a bad argument to say, no, we need to move forward with this. They're saying progress can't be held back by, oh, this could go wrong. They're saying you can't hold back technology just by saying, oh, this could go wrong. I think...
How would you figure out your drone delivery service before you try to, create Fahrenheit 451?
Anyway, but this is real. They're trying to get this passed, and they're trying to get this. So, yeah, that's...
Jeff Bezos.
All right, something lighter.
Okay.
Destiny 2.
Great, yes.
What killed it? Was it the $10 emote that they released?
What was the $10 remote? I can't even remember that.
Destiny 2 new Iron Banner exotic emote cost $10. One emote.
Okay, so I'll be completely honest here. I played Destiny 1 religiously for 2.5 years, or however long it was out between that and the release of Destiny 2.
Right.
And then Destiny 2 came out. I played that a lot for 2 months, and then there wasn't much content coming out, so I stopped. Then the expansion called Curse of Osiris came out, and that was absolute garbage. And then I stopped for another 2 months, and now there's a new expansion, and it's actually really good.
But $10
for an emote is ridiculous, and there was so much community backlash about that I think they kind of learned their lesson. Hopefully they learned their lesson, because with this new expansion, they're kind of rolling back the microtransaction stuff.
Right.
It's more of it can be earned in game, and you earn it faster in game.
Yeah.
There's still the option to buy it, which I totally don't have a problem with if it's all cosmetic, and it is.
Right.
But yeah, $10 for an emote. That was a very bad time
for
Destiny.
Just
when did that report come out?
This was 17 hours ago.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really? There's a $10 emote for Iron Banner?
Yeah.
I played Destiny today. I didn't see it.
It was on the store. Yeah. Anyway, so and I think you're absolutely right. I think with the backlash of,
I think
the community is gonna come against it, and they're gonna whoa, okay, you're right.
Yeah. I blame Activision more than Bungie for that, because I feel like Bungie's kind of getting pushed into that a little bit, just because Activision's wanting to make money off of stuff. I mean, they kind of made a deal with the devil when they signed with Activision, and they knew that going in. But
yeah, this is saying the guy who wrote this article emailed Bungie to ask if this emote is gained through in-game, if you can play the game to get it, and he's waiting for a reply. But as of now, it's a $10 emote, and that's the only way you can get it.
Iron Banner started yesterday, so
yeah. It's all cosmetic. I mean, what does it really matter? That's a prestige thing.
It's cosmetic is fine. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
I mean, not even prestige.
It sucks if they're making just that. There was a period of Destiny 2 where it was pretty much they were just making cosmetic stuff.
And no maps, no
updates
levels,
or anything.
No new gun.
And that's why people were pissed off about it. But now that they're moving towards making more content, it seems. I have less and less of a problem with it, to the point where who cares? If someone's dumb enough to spend $10 to make your guy dance around a little bit, sure. Okay, you're funding future content. Great.
But I think they're funding future content that's... Okay, they're funding future emotes. If you give them what they want...
But they've been...
If it's received poorly, then, okay, we're going to back off. If people go ahead and buy it, this worked. And then they're going to...
Yeah, I hope they learned their lesson with that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, there was a couple months where they were just doing cosmetic stuff, and people freaked out about it. But now that they're doing content and cosmetic stuff, people are okay with the cosmetic stuff. And they're making their money either way.
Yeah.
But...
I don't know what the disconnect is with these... I mean, I don't know. Because, Nintendo Labo, what is the disconnect where... people aren't willing to pay $80 for cardboard. I'm sorry, it's just not a thing. It's
that's a pretty niche product. I don't think. I don't think they're going for a wide audience.
I know. Well, I don't know what it like these big game corporations, and then it's okay for the most part, and it's this is a good product. But then there's these moments where they I mean maybe they're testing an area market. They're like, is this acceptable? And it's like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And they have to get that backlash to get the feedback that they need.
With like Labo and like I don't hate loot boxes as much as the rest of the internet does. As long as it's cosmetic, who cares?
Yeah, I guess. But I don't know. Those big game corporations, you better watch out.
Oh, okay.
Coming for you, haters.
Oh boy.
Well, that does it for this episode of the Trash Fire Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Maybe we'll come back at you next week.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. Take care, folks.
Bye-bye.